Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a vlog. So I'm gonna be taking you along with me on this Monday, March 2nd, part of my 30-day little reset, trying to shed some weight, but protect my muscles and just see if I can commit to just a nice little simple plan. I've already had this morning, it's a new edition, and I want to be very careful to say that I'm not recommending anything, right? I'm going to grab it real quickly. I'm not recommending anything. You don't rush out and buy it. I don't really know if it works or not. But I've been getting a lot of information on it. And then somebody at the gym was talking to me about it, that she's taking it. And she's been taking it for a couple months, talked to me a little bit about the benefits of it, and also some like little side effects that she's had. But it's just this. It's just the perfect amino by Body Health. It's just an essential amino acids, but what's interesting is, okay, so there's no calories in this, right? You take 5 tablets, and it's equivalent to the makeup, the markup. Talk to your doctor. I'm not recommending. I'm not going to go into the scientific information behind it, but like 5 of these tablets is equivalent to 30 grams of whey protein with no calories. So 30 grams of whey protein, I think 15 grams of like an animal protein. And I'm very fascinated by this. So I'm taking it first thing in the morning. So it's on an empty stomach for me before I eat anything else, just to give me a little bit of a kickstart to the day. I take it twice a day right now. The only side effect that I had was I had a little bit of foot cramping in the evenings, but I think it's because I was a little bit dehydrated, which I kicked into overdrive this weekend. Anyway, this weekend I'm just gonna say was phenomenal. I wish I picked up the camera, because I really sat down and I thought about what does the next 30 days look like, and why should my weekdays look the same as my weekends? They shouldn't. So I came up with 2 separate plans for that, and I'll talk to you about that. But right now I'm gonna have my water, electrolytes, and creatine. I love LMNT. I also love Motopure, and I think Motopure just has a little bit less of the sodium, potassium, and magnesium, which is why sometimes I like to do the Motopure. And plus it's like, I love the lemon lime. You just put a couple little pumps into your cup, and you don't have to do the full amount. I mean, it's the same thing, I guess, if you're only doing half of these. But I'm going to have a little bit of water, electrolytes, and creatine, and then I am going to make my breakfast. But let me go ahead, let me take a couple sips. I just love the watermelon, but I hope there's not too much of a glare when I show you this, but I decided to think of March like a little bit of like a consistency challenge. And I have my simple little macro meal plan. I went food shopping. I hope you checked out my grocery haul video. But what I'm looking at is just, once again, what are the things that I need to do, especially during the week, that I know works for me? And I really kicked my steps up this weekend with my walks. And full disclosure, I'm going to be honest here. I have lost 2.5 pounds since Friday. That's probably just some flushing effect, because I've been really drinking a lot of water, getting my steps in, and just eating a lot more clean and not gravitating towards the bigger portions and snacks that I shouldn't be having. But let me show you quickly. It's really hard to see with the glare, but I'm doing a March consistency challenge. I'm gonna follow my daily meal plan. Now I'm gonna do 4 times a week strength training sessions instead of 3. 3 is perfectly enough, but I'm gonna up it to 4 because I feel like I could do that at least this month. I have my step goal, which is different on Monday through Fridays versus Saturdays and Sundays. Why? Because I want to push myself on the days that I'm not doing strength training to move more. Hydration, I got my daily supplement stack, and lights out at 10 p.m. But really what I'm doing is I'm looking at it from, nutrition, muscle, movement, and sleep. Those are the 4 categories that I want to hit this month. And I like having that because when I crossed off yesterday, I crossed it off my board because I got over 15,000 steps. I stuck to my meal plan, took my supplements, went to bed by 10, and I, hit my step goal, hydration, all of that. So really excited for what today brings, and I'm excited to try my new breakfast, but I'm gonna go ahead. I wanna drink a little bit of water. I have to wait a little bit after taking the perfect aminos before I eat, but it's gonna be interesting to see how I do with my new breakfast. All right, so my new breakfast, even though one little component of it is the same, I get it, but different ingredients, different products. But here's my protein coffee, which I just made with my Wandering Bear decaf. I'm going to start doing a half calf soon because I feel like I want to try to get a little caffeine as I'm dipping in my calories a little bit, and I'm not going to go overboard with any sort of caffeine, but I want to try to do a little bit of like half calf or maybe just a cup and see how I feel. But right now, because I had decaf, that's what I'm doing. And in here is a scoop of Flav City salted caramel. I've never had salted caramel. So let's go ahead. I must tell you, it smells amazing. So I'm going to do a taste test here and you'll see live if I like it or not, because my face cannot lie. I've been told that a million times. So let's go. Let's try. Oh, that's good. It does have a little, so it does have like that little slight aftertaste. It's very sweet. It's a little bit more sweet than I want to have, but I definitely can see myself, I could see myself trying to make a little bit of a coffee smoothie with this, with my Ninja Creamy. Oh, now that I could definitely do. I have no issues drinking this. It is a little bit on the sweet side, does have a slight aftertaste. Is it my Fairlife? No. Could it be worse? Yes, to be honest with you, I tried Levels. That was a no-go. I also tried some of the Ghost products. Those are a no-go. I'm not going to go specific on some of those. I also did try Raw. I do like some of Raw, like the chocolate and the strawberry and vanilla, but I was not a super huge fan of the cookies and cream, and people love that. But I love trying new things, and I have no issues with this. I'm going to probably try chocolate tomorrow and then do like a comparison. Maybe I go back and forth each day. But this is 25 grams of protein. And then I have my yogurt bowl, which I decided not to put the protein powder in this, to just put it in my coffee because I knew I could at least drink this. And I have a, 3/4 of a cup of Fage Greek yogurt, some wild blueberries out of the freezer because I think that'll help, and some little slivered almonds. All in all, this breakfast is 43 grams of protein. It's a great way for me to start my morning. And we will see, because I don't have a mid-morning snack necessarily planned. It could be mid-morning or it could be after lunch. So we'll see if this keeps me satiated till then, or if I need to have a little bit of a snack between. But we will see, because let's be real here. Okay, I can do that. I can do this. That's actually pretty good. I'm shocked, and you're probably wondering, get it together. But some Greek yogurts I just cannot eat. But I'm liking this. I could do this. I could do this at least Monday through Friday. Like I said, I'm gonna have different plans for the weekend so that I can just rotate some things in. But 43 grams, great way to start this Monday. What a morning it has been, and it is only 10:30 right now. But I decided, since I have a block of meetings coming up, why not break out the walking pad? Because that is one of the areas that I feel like I have been lacking consistency in, is just getting my steps in. And I know I have a different thing that I do for the weekends when I try to hit 15,000, because I don't strength train on the weekends. So it's all about just trying to get some extra movement throughout the day, some more steps in, which, by the way, I did 15,000 steps on Saturday and Sunday. I mentioned that earlier, but I can feel it, especially like in my hip flexors. I'm going to do some extra like mobility work later. I love walking, and I'm trying to get into running again, but no matter what, Walking will always be a staple in my day-to-day. But yeah, got the walking pad out. Also, dusted off a fresh pair of Raesyn walking sneakers that I absolutely love this brand. They are just so comfortable. I picked up 2 more pairs. Why? Because when the weather is nice, and it reminded me this weekend, when the weather is nice, I like to get out every single day and walk. Even if it's just 30 minutes, I go for a nice 30-minute walk, sometimes at lunchtime, and then I walk to and from the gym. But yeah, gonna get ready for a meeting. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself because I don't know what it is. Walking and talking and working on a walking pad, I don't know. It's like I forget how to walk when I have this thing out sometimes, but I'm gonna get some steps in and just kind of keep doing the things that I need to do to set myself up for success today. All right, so walking pad done, exactly 1 hour complete. That felt really good, and I could only get the speed up to about 2.5 because when I tried to crank it up to 3, I almost fell. It's all good. I wasn't on camera at that point. It was between meetings. I thought I would try it out. Smart thing to do it off camera. But one other person in my meeting was on her walking pad, and a couple other people were saying that they need to dust theirs off. So, hey, who knows? Maybe we might have a little walking pad challenge in our future. But I'm really happy to get 1 hour down and gonna do a couple more things. And it's almost lunchtime, which means I made it from breakfast to lunch without a mid-morning snack. I don't feel hungry at all, and that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to have a little bit more high volume, high protein, satiating breakfast just to get me through. And so gonna do a couple more things before it's lunchtime. Here is my lunch: cucumber, celery. I got some cottage cheese with a little bit of ranch seasoning, and also some shaved Wegmans organic turkey breast with some extra thin cheese slices. All in all, can you believe it? 49 grams of protein in this lunch. Fantastic. Coming off of a great breakfast. This is more on the lower carb side because I want to have probably the remainder of my carbs with dinner. So I'm looking forward to that. But took Rosie out for her walk, and it is back to being cold here on the East Coast. I know there's a chance of maybe some flurries, and I stepped outside and it definitely felt it. I could feel like it was just cold. There was like some dampness in the air, and I was like, oh, it's probably going to end up flurrying when I'm walking to the gym, but it'll be, as long as we're not getting a blizzard, I'm not going to complain. As long as it doesn't ruin people's rush hour trying to get home, if it's going to be like, a snowburst or anything, that's not expected. But I just don't want anything to kind of derail people, driving home. Also, putting this lunch together took me no time because I decided, as another way to set myself up for success today, I meal prepped yesterday. Well, really it was more of like food prepping, and I thought of it, and I'll insert a clip. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna cut up the cucumbers and the celery. I'm gonna quickly air fry some potatoes, some red potatoes and sweet potatoes. So those are like my 2 carb sources, big carb sources. And then I also did some Brussels sprouts and some broccoli, and it'll just be quick for me to put together my dinners, reheat it in the air fryer, figure out what my protein is for that night. Tonight's gonna be shrimp. I think it's shrimp. I have to check my meal plan again. And it just, just quick things as I'm kind of resetting back into just this healthier mindset and trying to get off some weight. But gonna enjoy this lunch, gotta get back to work. And then it's leg day, so gonna need to mentally prepare for that. right, so I'm back from the gym. Let me tell you, great lower body workout. I did some dead bugs for just a little bit of core. I threw in some farmer's carries just for building some grip strength, and just a little thing that I like to throw into the mix when I did the superset. But spare the moment, I'm just trying to think, do I want to do an incline walk or do I want to get on the stepper to end my gym session? I don't know what came over me. Sometimes I worry about myself. As I'm like walking towards the cardio area, I go, you know what? I want to do a timed mile. Why? Like, why? And I did it. And I just ran it. It was slow. It was a little over 11-minute pace on a treadmill, but my heart rate got up. I think I maxed out at like 164, which isn't terrible. I really felt like I could have pushed myself more, but there was no reason. I was doing, I don't know, I just got competitive. I got competitive, and that is what I want. I know I want to stick to my plan and I don't want to hurt myself, but I want that. I want that, like, take it one step, make yourself a little bit uncomfortable, after you do the priority, which was the lower body session. But let me go ahead and show you what I'm having for dinner tonight. And this is the moment I am very thankful that I prepped some of my food, and all I had to do was put the potatoes and Brussels sprouts back in the air fryer to kind of give a little re-crisp, and then just plate everything because I am tired and I am hungry and I am ready to eat. But let me show you what is on my dinner plate tonight. All right, so here we go. We are going to start with the proteins. We have shrimp, and this is so funny. A couple pieces of rotisserie chicken. Why? Because I was a little bit short on my protein goal, which I'll get into in a second. So I threw that in the mix. I got a little bit of avocado. The most pathetic serving of potatoes there is. There's 4 of them there. And then my Brussels sprouts, and I have a little lime sparkling water, just because I haven't had any sparkling water yet today. So that is my dinner tonight. And let me tell you, I was supposed to have 75 grams of potatoes, but I decided at the last minute to track everything in the Lose It app. And I realized if I would have had 75 grams of potatoes, I would have been a little bit over with my carbs. Actually over by like more than a little. So I decided at the last second, let me just figure out. I played around, plugged a little bit, and I said, okay, about 33 to 34, grams of potatoes, which actually I think it was 32 I got out of little four cuts of a potato. So it was really like one small potato. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll tell you all about where I'm at with my macros for today. I already had my post gym session protein shake. That was really great that I kind of threw that into the mix. So I didn't feel like I was rushing coming back and feeding my dog and then trying to plate something, because I just like to have, some protein and some food, within a window of time of finishing my workout. But I'm going to crush my dinner and going to continue on with the night and hopefully get to my wind down routine, because I am getting a little tired. On the ground playing with my dog, got my little Theragun mini out, just working some of my calves. Yes, that was a weird angle. Just kind of loosening up my calves a little. Gonna do my quads and my hamstrings and probably my IT band. Just doing a couple things as like preventative. I felt like I did a really good job with some mobility work today and stretching out before I did my lower leg session. And now it's just, while I'm down here playing with my dog, just do a little bit of a little massage gun and loosen up the muscles a little bit more. So tomorrow, hopefully I don't get up and I'm not like super sore, because right now I feel great. I don't know what tomorrow's gonna bring. I also know that by taking creatine, that helps with recovery. And I'm also doing I think it's what, Body Health, Perfect Aminos. I read a lot that they help with, preventing muscle fatigue and recovery as well. So we shall see, but hey, I have the time to do it. I have it, might as well. Want your toy? Boom, go get it. It's a wild dog in our natural habitat. All right, before I hop in the shower and start my wind down routine, get my skincare going and just relax, you're going to also hear some chomping on the side. Rosie is chewing her cheese stick. sometimes, like I say, it's Rosie's world. I'm just trying to live in it. But I want to run through what my goals were today and whether or not I hit them. But I'm going to save nutrition for last because I'll go through what I've tracked in the Lose It app. But we're going to start with, I like to do 4 strength training sessions this week. So I hit the 1 today. I did lower body, check that off the list. Now hydration, I want to get around 120 ounces of water. Crushed that out of the park. No issues there. I think I actually had a little bit more than a gallon of water today, if you include the water that I put in the protein shake. But it's all good. And then I was worried for a second before I sat down to hit this record button about my steps, because I didn't take Rosie out for her evening walk. And I was like, oh, I really hope I got 10,000 steps, because I did walk to and from the gym, and thankfully I broke out that walking pad and did a good session on that, because my steps for today are currently at 10,578. My goal is 10K, so check that off the list. Weekends will be 15K, but I want to get around like 10,000 steps for the work days. And I probably, if I took her out for a walk, would have easily gotten over 13,000 steps today, but very, very happy there. Hoping to get a really good sleep score tonight. But the most important thing when we talk about nutrition, I was just thinking back like through my entire day, how I really did enjoy every single meal that I had today. And I don't feel like I was hungry until right before dinner. So that's a good thing for me, in my opinion. I don't want to feel like I'm starving, but I'm also really only on technically day 3 because I didn't start till Friday. I wanted to start on Thursday, which I said in my video, I was starting on Thursday. But I was not prepared. I didn't have all the food, didn't have everything I needed, just jumped into it. So I decided, you know what, let's make Friday official. So really today is Friday, Saturday, today's day 4. Wow, I can't do math apparently. But my goal, my target is around 1,500 calories. So 1,476 calories. So my goal is around 1,500 calories. I'm not going to get it as accurate. But I am sitting at 1,519 calories. And I will have to say, I did weigh most of my food. Now, I do not put anything in here in regards to the Brussels sprouts or the celery or the cucumbers. That is not on this list. Those are free for me because, as I said in my last video, I don't want to be taking away any of the veggies, the micronutrients that I need. And they're very low calorie to begin with. But yeah, 1,519 calories, that's not bad. So then we will move to my carbs. My carbs I wanted in the 40s. Now I'm sitting at 50 grams of carbs. Once again, once I add in the fiber, my net carbs are going to put me under 40, which is perfect in my opinion. And then fat. The fat's the interesting one. So I wanted to have around 80 grams of fat. I'm sitting about 71 grams, but I want to say that it probably is closer to 80 just because I probably did not measure as well as I should have when I was doing my food prep the day before. So I didn't add anything else tonight. I just, honestly, if I just eyeballed it and said, you know what, I bet you I had 2 tablespoons throughout the day for, the roasted potatoes and the Brussels sprouts. I probably had 2 tablespoons of olive oil on there. And so overall, I feel like I did a really, really good job today with my macros. So we will see how I feel tonight, how I feel tomorrow. I am weighing in every day. My plan is to weigh in every day, not to become obsessed with the scale, but just to reintroduce myself to the fluctuations that happen. But what a great day. What a great start to the week. I love being able to have a little bit of a plan and sticking to it, but each and every day, new hurdles just can come into my, I try to do the best I can each day. And the fact that I'm really focused for this little block of time, and I'm now 4 days into it where I have not gravitated towards any sort of snacks that I should not be having at this moment. I put them to the side. And 4 days so far, I have not done that. So I am very proud of myself for that. But I want to go ahead and I want to wrap up this day. Great day, hitting all my goals. If I can just repeat days like this, I definitely can see myself hitting my goal my weight loss goal that I have not disclosed, because I feel like that adds some pressure to it. And I thought about doing like a little, like every video having like how much weight I want to lose and then crossing it out and saying, okay, out of this amount of weight, I'm now down 2 pounds and now down this. But I don't want that to be the focus. Yes, ultimately, I want to get the weight off that I have gained back over the past couple of months, but I don't want to do it in a way that it derails all of the other hard work that I'm doing. So I will just, each time I do a couple days in my life, or in this one day in my life, I will tell you where I'm at. I'll tell you, where I'm at in terms of weight loss. And I'm not going to have some sort of tracker or anything on that. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for checking out my video today. If you liked it, hit that like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And once again, comment below how your week is going. Have you been locked in? Have you, set a couple goals for this week? Or maybe you had one goal this week. Mine, I have a couple, but my priority obviously is for me to follow my meal plan. And I was able to do that today, and I ate all the foods that I enjoyed. So I will catch you all in my next video. Can't wait to see where I am in a couple weeks, but I'll see you. Bye.